Oh, let me move some of this stuff. Doing all my voter registration cards for everyone.
Okay. Allison, I'm gonna release Lonnie's character, or sorry, Lonnie, which is um, Heather's character. You can play Heather's character tonight before we get you a character. Allison has expressed interest in playing this post-apocalyptic game. It's the only kind of game that she likes to play.
Very cool.
So yeah, I think that if she feels like she wants to continue playing, then she can continue to play, as long as the kids let her play.
Fair point.
All right, Allison, if you open up, you're muted, but if you open up the characters and you can take Alonzo Lonnie DaCosta. Technical difficulties. Be right back.
Unmute. There we go.
Is that all?
Yes.
I thought that just muted me. Oh, so your volume's down.
Let's see. Can anybody hear me?
Yush.
It's really weak on this machine.
Your volume's good.
Yeah, I had to crank up the volume in Discord so we can hear you on this thing. Oh, well, this thing has a manual volume upper too.
I already tried that.
Somebody recite for me the periodic table.
1, 2, 3.
Awesome. Yeah, I can hear you. I don't think 1 is an element.
Did you brush your teeth?
An atomic weight of 1 is.
All right. Cool.
All right, we'll see how well this works. Anyway, so when we left off, we had everybody can hear me, right?
Yush.
When we left off, we had just finished scoping out the place that looked like it had some fuel ready to use. We took some information about it and sailed back. It's the evening, and you guys have just gotten back to port. As you're pulling in, you notice that there's let me give you a map. Hold on a second.
I'm trying to get you this brush.
Charlie, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Thank you. I'm going to give you a map that I've worked on.
How many points did we get last week? I forgot to save. 5.
I haven't been really keeping a good track of the points so far. I was gonna balance everybody's characters out when I got some modules online, but I haven't been able to finish the stuff that I wanted to do with it. Anyway, last session you would have earned 3 character points, but I still need to go through everybody's character points anyway, because some of us I think don't have all the points that we should have gotten. So I need to just basically audit everybody's points and make sure that we're good. But if you want to add your 3 character points and have been keeping track of your stuff, go ahead and add 3 character points unspent.
Okay.
Let's see. There we go. Cause sharing is caring. I think I have given everybody the sheet. Should be downloading some stuff.
I have a thing.
And all right. So you come back into the back to the harbor, and when you are pulling in, you notice that. Do you see the harbor area? I'm getting echo off of somebody.
I think it's you and Joe.
Test. Yeah, I think I'm bouncing off of Joe, which is probably bouncing off of Matt. Awesome. Thanks. So you pull around the jetty there. That big L-shaped thing in the harbor is a jetty, and there's sandy beach on the other side of it. It's kind of like a breakwater, and then there's a smaller breakwater in the harbor. And in that you come around the jetty to pull into the harbor, and you see on the if you can zoom in on there, you'll see that there are some buildings. These aren't all the buildings that are there, but these are just the buildings that I copied off of Google Maps in the time that I had. And the red buildings are still intact or have been fixed back up again. The gray buildings are demolished. So anyway, if you look there, you can see there's a couple of piers in the water on the outside of that secondary jetty. That's where the ferries dock. And on the shore there is a building, and that is where the harbor master is. And that building is almost always occupied at night. Like there's lights on and there's somebody at watch. But when you pull around the jetty, you see that the lights are off. There's nobody in that. If there is somebody in there, the lights are off. They have dimmed the lights or turned them off, which is unusual because usually you would expect to see somebody. Also, if you look to the right of those piers, you'll see another building that is by the inner breakwater. That is a guard shack, and in that guard shack, the guard shack is usually occupied as well, and there's nobody there. Also, this is very important and useful information. There's a 40mm gun that is right in front of that shack, pointed out towards the harbor. So, when you pull
Is
around,
that new?
No. This is what was existing before. So yeah, there's something is amiss. And go ahead and everybody go ahead and take a perception check and let me know how much you beat it by if you do. Although it's probably going to tell me right here on my screen.
Hey, Charlie.
Yes.
We would be doing our perception check on Fantasy Grounds, correct?
Yes.
Okay, because the map completely wiped everything off of my thing, except for I have 1 dice.
You can
sitting there.
you can resize it. You should be able to go to the bottom left-hand corner, bottom right-hand corner,
okay.
and resize
It broke
the
up
map.
everything. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, it's a big map.
If you click on the arrow, the diagonal to the top right arrow, it actually kind of makes it like a background.
The diagonal. Oh, that thing.
Oh, cool. That's great. Thank you. What did you need us to roll?
What the heck? That's gnarly. Thanks, Joseph. You need to roll or make a perception check.
Okay.
So far we have a success by 0, and Allison has not rolled for Alonso yet. I
Nicey.
think she's away, so I'm just gonna roll for her. I swear she's interested, guys. Kids are probably just not giving her a break. Perception. Actually, do you even have perception, dude? No. I'm looking in the wrong place. Wake up, dude. Alright, he failed by 1. Okay. Oh, wait. Christian success by 4. Okay. So the doctor is, like, paying attention. And you notice an extra mast that's on the other side of the jetty there. So by your count, there should be 2 boats on the other side of that, but you see 3. So you see 3 masts.
Okay, who am I standing closest to?
I assume that you're standing at the bow, so probably Deirdre.
Okay, I'm gonna like nudge Deirdre and kind of point at it and like show her what I see.
So just the fact that there's an extra mast over there.
Yeah, that's weird, huh? That's recount them. Yeah, that's more than there should be.
So that inner L-shaped bracket there, that is a metal seawall, and on the inside of that is a pier, and that's usually where folks dock up because the ferry is too large to fit in there, and that's just where all the sailboats are, and there's also a boat launch in there. Yep. So that's where that's where the extra mast is.
Binoculars at extra mast. Is there just an extra boat there?
It's hard to tell because it's dark. But yeah, you can see that there's a mast. Like you can't see the boats in the water. You can just see the masts, and there's an extra one.
So I'm gonna wave my hands up in the air like I just don't care to get everybody's attention.
Was that where we were looking to pull into? Was that
Initially?
And just saw it early. Okay, so we need to not do that then.
So clap my hands, make sure we've got everybody's attention since I don't think very many of us made that perception roll, point at the mast, sign for those that understand, hey, there's an extra mast over there, something's up. Since you like to progress the plot when we're not making decisions.
Nope.
I
don't.
I'm gonna slow the boat down to give us time to come up with a course of action before you make executive orders on our behalf.
Okay. So they don't slow that well, so you're definitely gonna like float right into the line of sight anyway. You don't have a way to avoid that unless you turn.
I would recommend turning. Is there an alternate, a secondary place where we can dock?
Maybe way up the coast. Let me check it out.
How far out of the water is the boat? Like, is it far enough down? Like, is there a way to get an oar in to maybe like pop it down and get the boat to turn?
No, you have a keel. You have a there's like a fin on the bottom of the keel that is not gonna let you get that close to the beach. Now it can rock, but yeah.
We're already inside the exterior wave break, right?
No, you're outside of the exterior wave break. There's like a jetty to the west there. Sorry, a jetty to the east that goes all the way around. You like have just popped out into the into the you're in the harbor. You can't see the mast without that. So you're actually like in the harbor, and you're at that point where you have to decide about either you can go into the harbor, or you can turn away from the harbor, or you can go right into the jetty.
Turn away. We see another mast, we should go straight in and find them.
Yeah, I think Matt was in agreement there. So
Yes.
let's not go into the inner sea break.
There are
There's-
no other piers on this side of the island that I can see.
Do we need a pier? Is the rest of that beige colored shit sand?
Yes.
Is it?
I'm looking for another pier for you guys, and I don't see any other piers on the entire island.
Well, I ain't swimming. We already saw how that worked out.
I'm gonna spend a Benny to make a pier.
No. We don't have pennies in this game.
Well, until we make a decision, I'm just gonna follow the coast northwest from a safe non-beaching distance.
I don't know. You can drop anchor and take a boat.
Yep.
Yo, dog.
Actually, you don't have a boat because it's too small. Sorry. You could have a Zodiac. Maybe you could have a Zodiac. Check to see if there's a Zodiac on board. Anybody have luck?
I thought about it, but
Linda Jackson does though.
Unfortunately, they're not. Oh, Linda does? Linda has luck?
No.
Oh, Linda's not Linda Jackson. Okay, gotcha.
Does Linda Bill Dangle
Right.
I have luck.
Looking at the map, there is looks like an old yeah, that's risky. There's there's an old jetty with a plank on top, a plank jetty on top of it. Like maybe you could use that and go up the beach from there.
as someone who hasn't spent a lot of time on the water, can I just drop anchor right outside one of those sea breaks, wave breaks, and hop on them?
You're gonna get wet. Like it's risky to. Yeah, you're gonna run aground if you try to get too close to the jetty. Like you might be able to, but the thing is there's like this.
We've already proven that I can drive this boat anywhere.
Right, because you rolled a 6 once.
That may have been all the luck we had with this boat, though. So I say we stay outside of the outer wave break and then keep our binoculars handy and just keep it, like, kind of hide out, but keep an eye on the shore and see if that boat leaves or if we see any of our guys walking around. Or...
What time is it?
It's like 9, 8 or 9. At
PM
night.
or AM?
At night.
Okay. So we have several hours till the visibility situation improves.
Do we have any contact with our people on the island?
No.
Do we have radio or anything? Any way that we can like try and test to see if we can get a I don't know, communicate with anybody on the island?
It's a good question. Does anybody have a radio?
And walkie-talkies.
The boat has a radio as well.
Boat has a radio. And we ended up not using the battery last time because of the walkie-talkie. So the battery should be charged.
So do we have an established like
Yeah, the batteries have been charging.
channel and like somebody manning a radio on the island?
I'm sorry, what was your question?
Is there someone on the island who would be manning a radio who might be listening out?
Yes.
Should we want to communicate?
Possibly.
Or sending a message. I mean, we could definitely just turn it on and listen for a bit.
Good call. Let's do that.
All right, so you turn the radio on. You turn the ship's radio on, and you tune to the frequencies that normally you would use to communicate with the island. You do like a little, like a code break thing with the radio, try to break into the radio frequency, and you don't hear any reply. But that's not unusual because maybe no one is answering, or maybe there's something bad happening. You would not always expect somebody to reply. However, if you started talking, you would expect somebody to probably reply within 10 or 15 minutes.
Maybe we should do that. Like maybe don't indicate who we are, but if I don't know, there was something that we could say that.
Well, I am neither the captain nor the person that can make that noise, so I don't really have any stock in this vote.
You are technically the captain.
I'm a pilot.
No, you're the captain. You just got nominated, apparently. Even though the good Dr. Shepard there has more clout, yeah, you're kind of like in charge.
Well, if you speaking folk want to speak with the other speaking folk.
Freaking they're like a CD. Just break 19, come on, mate.
I'm just going to grab the radio and say, "This is low, requesting status."
Okay.
This is big old dang. I'll come back, please.
No. She's like in the galley, like acting like she's talking to you. So you wait a minute or two and you don't hear any reply.
Well, shit.
We can only see the mask.
For what it's worth, I'm feeling like we have two courses of action. Something weird's going on. We either take advantage of nightfall for the sneaky route, or we set up somewhere until we can see what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, I vote. I think that we shouldn't delay and stay here overnight. I think we need to find out what's going on.
I agree. I think one of us was getting a message from God that there might be a rickety old pier somewhere.
Yeah, down the beach. If you look on the map that I gave you, it's not on there, but it's like just down the shore from on the south to the southwest. There is a really crazy old-looking pier that is actually like boards on top of a rock jetty, and maybe it is deep enough there to actually tie up the boat.
Oh, I can park there. Let's do it.
Yeah, it's. I think it's worth a shot.
Just like Tokyo drift in sideways. Bum bum bada bum bum bada bum bum bada bada. Wait, that's not the right music for that.
Oh wait, that's Pirates of the Caribbean. No.
He did park at the pier.
All right, so you're down. All right, let's see here. It's dark, and there are no lights. Do you have moonlight? I don't know. I don't know if you have moonlight. It's pretty dark. You need to make a navigation roll.
Who is you?
That's Deirdre. Or anybody that wants to take control of telling Deirdre where to go.
I can't hear you, but do I get a default on navigation from anything?
Yes. Let me look up the default on
Yeah,
navigation.
I'm looking them up too. I'm assuming sea navigation.
It's IQ -5.
Yeah.
So if you took IQ as a dump stat, you might want to rely on a smart person.
I mean, if anybody's got navigation, I'll rely on them. It just sounded like you wanted me to do it specifically.
No, I mean anybody can do it. It's IQ -5 though.
What would be considered a good IQ?
Actually, you know what? Let's just go with
I mean, is this a
You're
thing
not
where we can
trying
just
to
all do it? And
No, you're not trying to find the island using a chart. You're just trying to like not run into stuff. So, I guess everybody's out on deck, and we're gonna go ahead and make perception rolls.
area knowledge.
No, perception rolls. Everybody know. You guys know about the thing.
Yo! Great success. Well, adequate success.
And yeah,
Except for Lowell. He's pretty sure there's a cloud.
Allison, if you are there, you open up your character sheet by double-clicking on Alonzo and going to the main tab. It's the first tab, and just double-clicking on the PER box, which is on the left-hand side of the sheet, and the second column.
And unlike my boating skill, perception totally let me drag that down onto the hotbar.
Yeah, there's something up with skills can't be dragged, but I can pull attributes.
Yeah.
All right, I can't tell if she's there or not, so I'll just roll.
All those 0 successes.
All right, well, Linda stopped you all from hitting the jetty. Go ahead and make a piloting roll or a boating roll to dock. This is at -4, so go ahead and give yourself a -4 modifier.
Oh, good.
It should be fine.
Ah!
Uh-huh. All right, so the boat ran aground before you got to the jetty. Now you're
Gently ran aground.
now you're stuck.
Gently.
You're stuck about 10 feet away from the jetty and about 40 feet, 50 feet away from the shore itself. So now you can either jump in the water and swim to the shore, or you can try to swim for the jetty.
How deep's the water?
Here, probably about 15, maybe 10 feet deep-ish, somewhere, something like that.
Is the water
About 10 or 8 feet.
rough
You're just
out,
stuck
or
on
is
the...
it fairly smooth?
I'm sorry?
Is the water, is it rough out, or is
No,
it fairly
there's
smooth?
just waves. It's the ocean.
I know.
I mean, the waves are not too bad.
Okay.
But if you want off the boat, you're gonna get wet. I hope you guys know.
What if I jump off the boat with a life raft that's tied to a rope and use that, and maybe people can use that to assist themselves to go over that might not swim as well?
Oh, well, you could just go over the side with there's enough life vests and life preservers for everybody.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put one on.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna put on a life vest and doggy paddle.
How far are we from the various points of interest from the jetty and from the shore?
Google Earth out.
Specifically, I'm trying to figure out the logistics of taking a two-handed steel warhammer with me.
You're back.
That's really heavy.
Stop it.
I don't know if you got the memo on that. It's really heavy. So Google Earth is kind of nice in this post-apocalyptic game because it's got this thing where I can just like
Actually,
measure.
it says it's only 7 pounds. My toolkit's way heavier.
Yeah. Do you have swimming as
I
a
do.
skill?
It's probably heavier if it gets wet.
That's
I don't think
handy.
that's how steel works.
Just like
All right. So this doggone pier is
Actually, I think this is a
57,938 centimeters from the beach area. But we'll go with 630 yards. If
Would
don't
you?
mind.
And
Would
how
you
far
mind
from the
drawing
jetty?
on the map where we're at?
It's about a quarter mile, like a half mile-ish, something like that, down the beach.
Oh Jesus,
Charlie.
we missed the shit out of that.
Would you mind just putting a little dot on the map where we're at? Just because I'm trying to follow your directions and I'm not sure that I understand. I know where we're at and where the mast is.
I can't because you are off the map to
We're
the
off the map.
southwest.
Southwest or
Sorry,
south?
southeast. Yes, sorry.
So okay, so we're like down. That doesn't.
Yeah, except the pointer's in the other direction.
Yeah, we're down there. Okay, down
And
that way.
Let me put a hex grid on here. A hex grid of. Let's see here. I'll put a grid on there where a hex is 100 yards. Okay. Actually, we'll go with a hex is 30 yards. Since nope. Close enough. All right. So I don't know if you saw the hex grid show up, but the hex grid is showing you 100 yards of stuff. So you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're like the 7th hex down the beach. So you're almost on the map. Just you aren't right now.
Okay. And where do we see the mast? The masts.
Inside the inner jetty, right next to the.
Like.
Yeah, it's inside the inner jetty. It was inside the inner jetty. All right, so who's in the water? Anybody or just the doctor? All right, so it's not too bad, right? So as long as you aren't trying to carry too much stuff, just your belongings and your vests, you should all be able to get to the beach, no problem. You'll just be soaked. I imagine, Deirdre, you're going to throw the anchor out because you wouldn't want the boat to float away.
Absolutely.
Because it's nice to have a boat. All right. So does anybody want to remain on the boat, or does anybody reluctant to go in the water? All right, y'all got eaten by sharks. Good game, everybody. No. You all make it to the shore, and you're soaking wet, and you have your stuff.
I'm going to say I left my toolkit and Geiger counter behind.
Okay.
Just because everything else wasn't particularly heavy. I expected the Warhammer to be heavier than it was.
Well, you dressed up, you put your Warhammer in its own little life vest.
But I think I actually have a one-handed Warhammer, and I was thinking it was two-handed, so I might have to rectify that later, but for today it's one-handed.
It's probably not a Warhammer, it's like a sawed-off sledgehammer or something, but we'll yeah.
Exactly.
All right.
Is there any concern with keeping my gun dry? Is that going to be a problem?
Well, you put it in a Ziploc bag and jumped out, so you're good. So did the Lonnie. I mean, we don't want our firearms getting wet. It's kind of important.
Deirdre is going to slow down just to keep an eye behind everyone as we come into shore and make sure everybody makes it okay. And also admire the scenery as everyone gets out of the water a little damp.
Everybody is cold, so y'all got a fatigue point. All right, you're gonna head up the beach.
Yeah. What kind of terrain runs next to the beach? Is it going to
It's
a forest?
sand, and then there is grass and assorted farmland, some scrubland, and some swampy stuff.
Okay. Maybe not just right on the sand, but maybe up closer, like out of the, like where there might be some higher stuff.
So you want to be off the beach?
Barely off the beach.
So as you go off the beach, it's going to turn into like really tough to travel on sand duney kind of stuff with tall grass, and then where you are right now is swampy after that.
Is that what that blue is?
Yeah. Yes, it's
that's
a pond. It's a brackish pond. That one.
I mean, should we try to get onto the road?
Yeah, I mean,
Is that
this is familiar environment to us. This is our home.
Yeah, where you are, you'll have to actually go across the swamp to get to the road. It won't be pleasant. It's also cold.
Do any of us live near here?
You know what? Hold on. I made a mistake. There is a road. Where the jetty is, there is a road. So if you go, you don't have to travel up the beach. You could go
Spring Street
straight off of the and get onto Spring Street and just travel on that road.
Yep.
Yeah, I was going off of memory, and then I was like, wait, let me see if there's a road there, and there totally is. You just have to climb up the rocks, and then you'll be on the road.
Yeah. We definitely don't want to go through boiling spring.
Okay, so what y'all doing?
Yeah,
so
I think hit the road.
I was curious if any of us lived near here.
Everybody here lives.
Like, I think most of us live near the airport, right?
Well, you guys can tell me where you want to live. Who wants to live in the town? And whatever you decide, let's make a note on your character sheet, on your Fantasy Grounds character sheet, because I am going to move everything into Fantasy Grounds about like where you live. At least if you want to live near the airport, that's fine. If you want to live near in the town, that's fine. And the other options are on the north end of the island and on the south end of the island. I kind of figured Linda would probably like live in the town.
Yeah, Linda's wherever Deirdre lives,
and Dee Dee's gonna live wherever there's people.
Okay, that's actually near the airport. There's more people near the airport.
Yeah, that's
Dr. Shepard will also live where there's more people, where it's more populated.
Okay.
It would make sense for them to not want to travel if they need in case of an emergency.
I'm going to put a. I thought I was going to put a token on the map.
All right, but this island's only like 2 miles wide.
Yeah. It's not. Sorry, I'm grabbing my letter tokens module so I can get the. I want to get the. Show you guys where you are so we can keep it all straight. I was going to go for P for party. But let's go with T for townies. You townies are over here. All right. So you're going to go up the road, which is going to bring you past a house that's occupied.
So is there actual trees anywhere? This all looks like mostly scrub.
Let me look at Google Maps.
I'm looking at 3D view, but I'm not sure how much is it guessing and how much is actual topography.
I'm actually looking at Google Earth. But yeah, it's the same thing. But this is like grass, and there's a lot of buildings here, but most of them are wrecked. But there is a nice house, and there is somebody sitting on their porch as they see you come up the road, and they have a shotgun. And when they see you coming up the road, they're like, "Hey!" And then they're like, "Oh, it's Dr. Shepard. Hey, did you guys hear the shots? Did you guys hear the shots fired in town?"
Oh shit! Now we're shots fired. Oh dang!
A lot of you broke up there.
I get that talking because his mic is just not picking me up.
Oh, right on.
And Matt just let the dog out.
Okay.
Who let the dog out? So in that case, Linda sounds alarmed and is walking like this because her thighs are chafing from wearing a half top and jeans.
Okay. All right. Well, the person with the shotgun, his name is Bill Bartlett, and he is a farmer. He knocked down some of the buildings around here, and he grows some stuff. But yeah, I mean, you know him.
How long ago were the shots?
Say again.
How long ago were the shots?
About 30 minutes ago, an hour ago.
Does anybody else live near Bartlett that we know?
No, he's there's somebody lives across the street. Abigail Jones. She's an old lady. She lives in the house across the street, but that the lights are out over there.
I'm going to start signing to him just to see if he understands.
He doesn't understand.
I'm going to poke Linda. Tell Bartlett that something's going down up at the pier, and he should go check on Abby, and we're going to go investigate.
Okay.
Yeah, what he said.
All right. Well, he walks across the street, and goes into Mrs. Jones's house. You guys want to keep going?
Yeah, I'm going to keep going.
Ah. That's funny. Started moving the stream. Oops.
I'm wondering if making horrific assumptions and stereotypes of people. Bartlett presumably has more than one shotgun, and we have less than one shotgun.
Well, he went into the other house.
Yeah.
Bill, you mind if we shot?
You know what she said.
Yeah. He says, "You're welcome to a shotgun, but I have all the shot."
Okay, well, that's not going to help us, so keep on rolling. Let's see here. So,
How do you know it's really hard to write with a red pen when my red light goes red and the letters disappear off my page?
So I'm guessing we're there due south of Spring Pond, where Spring Street sort of makes that S.
Nope, you're where the T is on the map.
Oh, down by Pebbly Beach.
Yep.
Okay.
So you keep on down the road, and you're passing Mike Galvan's house, and it is not occupied. His wife and kids are not to be seen.
What
So
is
either they're asleep or they're not there.
what does Mike do on the island? Do we know who he is and what he does?
He helps out wherever he can. He helps out wherever he can. Keeps an eye on the town. But sometimes he pulls watches and sometimes he doesn't. You know.
I'm gonna go knock on the door.
All right. You knock on the door. After a few moments, you hear a door opening behind the house.
Like the back door.
Uh-huh.
Sneak out.
I'm going to run to the corner and look around.
Say again?
I'm going to run to the corner and look around, see if I can see anything.
All right. So how do you just run around the corner, or are you? What are you doing? Okay. So you run around the corner. Um. I missed by 2. So someone shot at you as you came around the corner, and they missed.
Okay.
But it's a woman, and
Mike's wife.
it looks like Mike's wife.
Do I know her name?
Make up her name. What's her name?
Becky.
Becky. It's Becky Savan. Becky Galvan.
Becky, what the hell? I'm like kind of duck around the corner, make sure I don't get shot at again.
Lo, what are you doing here? Did you hear the shots? Well, I mean, not that one.
We just got back. We're trying to figure out what's going on.
Well, aren't you supposed to be in the, well, whatever. There was a raid. Somebody came in here with a boat, and everyone went to the airport, including Mike. I hope he was down at the docks earlier today, so I hope he went with them. But everybody cleared out of the town. There were 6 or 7 of them, and they all went up to the airport.
6 or 7 raiders.
Yes.
Who's in the house? Who's in the house with you, Becky?
Just my kids.
Okay, you guys are holed up, and I would recommend not, exiting. And we heard you all the way out front.
Why not the Abby's? Bill's over there.
I'm sorry, I almost shot you, Lo.
Did you see any of the raiders?
Who said that? You can talk. She can talk.
I mean, I'd sign into the microphone.
Did you hear that?
What?
I'm gonna poke Joanne. Did you see any of the raiders? Or Linda?
I didn't see raiders, but I tell Becky to go to Abby's because that's where Bill's at. And 2 shotguns are better than 1.
Yeah, we were outside and we saw them drive up the road, and she points to the intersection up to the north.
What did she shoot with? Like what kind of gun?
It's a 9mm pistol.
Okay. Do you have any other firearms, Becky, in the house?
No. The Mike has the rifle, but no, I don't. I just have this.
I'm gonna poke Linda and tell her to describe the fuckers that were chasing us before.
The fuckers chasing you look like.
Oh, no one chased us. We were watching this stuff happen.
No, tell Linda to describe the guys that were chasing us on the boat. We were in a boat chase.
Okay.
So
I describe what the guys that were on the boat chasing us look like.
they look like guys with like jackets. It's going to be really hard to describe somebody that
AR-15s.
I described the. Oh shit! She hasn't been over there.
Well, they were armed with some rifles. Yes.
Okay.
The boat that
It's pretty far away from the intersection. Sorry.
That's
the
fine.
boat that chased us did it away from the place our original where we saw the guys with the AR-15s. Did it have masts?
It did.
Yes.
Yeah. It was bigger than ours.
Okay.
Of the boats that were in the harbor, can we tell, just knowing what size the boats that we're familiar with are, whether or not the rando boat is bigger than what?
No, it is possible that the extra mast that you saw was from the boat that was chasing you. It is possible.
Okay. So it's possible we maybe led them here.
Well,
I don't think we led them anywhere because we didn't. I mean, we beat them back and lost them in the middle of their territory.
Yeah. Maybe they knew about us anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Either way,
so
Wait,
Becky says that she heard some commotion, and so she had gone up to that dilapidated house that's to the north of you, the gray box that's north of you. And that's where she saw everything going down, and she scrambled back to her house and locked the doors. Am I drawing on the map, or is someone else drawing on the map?
It's me.
Okay,
I put a boat over there.
right on.
The drawing tool isn't very good in Fantasy Grounds.
No, it's not. All right. There's a lot of things that are not very good about Fantasy Grounds, but then there are everybody else does it worse or is incomplete. So, as they say, it is what it is.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, Becky? Are you gonna go over with at that other house, or are you gonna stay here?
I'm staying right here. Becky is going to stay right here. I mean,
Okay.
Hey, please see my let him know.
so where are we going?
yes. Where are you guys going?
North.
I'm thinking we go check out the boat, see if it's the assholes from before, and if they're on the boat, then we've got a gun that points at the boats. And if they're not on the boat, then we fuck with the boat.
There you go.
Right, but there could be a firefight going down right now at the airport.
What are we gonna do about that?
Yeah, I don't have a gun or anything.
We need to find weapons and there are weapons on it.
Is there like an armory for Block Island?
Well, there's a guard shack, a 40mm cannon, and the harbor master's shed. They might have some stuff, but
Let's find out the guard shack.
Oh, also, everybody has pulled guard duty here. So yes, there are firearms there. There is a gun locker and a locker with ammunition, and everybody knows the password. Yeah.
Which one is the guard shack?
It is the guard shack is the one that's by just to the right side of just to the left side of the inner jetty.
Oh.
And the cannon is like in front of that, pointed out towards the harbor.
Yeah.
What is that big red building that's right there? That's next to the arrow.
Oh, that is the well, it used to be a like a resort thing, like a bunch of apartments. Some folks live there, but for the most part, it's pretty abandoned.
Either way, all the guns and the assholes boat are in the same direction. So I'm heading that direction. The only question is, how are we approaching?
What is the terrain like off the road? Like if we wanted to cut across, what would that look like?
All right, so it's like marshy stuff with trails. You can totally go through it. Like from where you are, you can cut right across. Yeah, it's not on there, but there's like a the water treatment plant is like right near you.
Yeah, I'm inclined to follow the road up to like right before Little Bee Farm / Hotel Menissus, and then cut across there. So let me see if I can illustrate that.
Kind of duck behind the buildings and stuff on the way over.
Which is, I think, basically
Can you
go to
move
where
it?
that T and then head north.
If you can move the token, just move it to where you were thinking about going.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Is the token where we are right now?
Yes.
Yeah. So okay, from there, my inclination is to cut across.
Okay.
Eh.
Yeah, you should be able to. There's a make an area knowledge roll. Because you can just cut across that, but it's swampy. Anybody
Hold
else?
on, where's- I'm looking for the area knowledge block island.
Oh, that's Nashua. Linda rolled Nashua. All right, well, Christian, everybody remembers that. It's fine. Deirdre remembered this place. You know that there's a path that goes. There's actually like a walking path that goes right to where that resort is. So you can actually just cut across the walking path. You kind of remember where it is, and you can see it in the dark with your little red flashlight.
So that would put us like here.
Yep.
Where in relation to where we're at is the guard shack with the weapons locker?
Hold on just a tick, and I'll show you.
Okay.
That's the guard check.
You're a card shack.
Guard shack, baby.
Does it have a tin roof rest?
This cannot be correct.
That's quitter talk.
Well, I guess it is correct. So what was your question? Where are you in relation to what?
The guard shack.
All right. Sorry, guys.
Wah, 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 wah.
All right. This should be a very large map.
Big. Ugh.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Right.
I got it.
Nice.
All right. And then the path has dumped you out right.
Yeah.
We'll say it's dumped you out right about here.
So what's your verdict on the Viking blood, Joe?
But I can only drink a glass of it. It's way too sweet.
Do you see how tiny you are?
The yellow dot?
Plural.
Dots? Oh, yeah. From all the way zoomed out, it just looks like a glob of yellow. Okay, so the guard shack is there. That boat shape in the water is a boat, obviously. Is that the
Yes.
extra boat?
That is the extra boat.
Can we see
Boat
it from
plus
where we're
one.
at?
Yes.
Is it the same boat that chased us that we can tell?
It looks like it.
Do we see any people over there?
Make a perception roll.
Oof. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't see anybody. Oh, wait, hold on. You have one person.
We had 2 successes.
Ooh, critically failed that one. I'm sorry, what? Somebody said something. Oh, okay.
How exposed is the area between where we're at and that ruined building?
It's basically all parking lot. It's like nice and exposed. Where
That
you guys?
was unclear to me. Did we see somebody?
No.
Okay.
If we stay in the hill and bushes until we're like the closest to that ruined building, are we covered up until that point before we expose ourselves into the parking lot?
You're as covered as you think that you could be given this current situation. I don't think that you could say that you feel like the cover is great, but with all the darkness and everything, it's probably fine. That hill with the bushes and stuff, though, it's a pretty steep drop down into the parking lot. So There's like actually like a wall there across at the edge that's maybe like 4 feet tall, 5 feet tall in places.
Okay. If we stay kind of close to that, this is kind of where I'd like to move to.
Good.
I moved. Okay, I moved.
Yeah.
Like your
See,
dad just wants-
so
Yeah.
GURPS 1 hex is a yard. So like a map is very like I've never found like the greatness it is with this, but yeah, like it's a big area, and so it looks even bigger when you put it like this. I should probably do like a hex is 2 yards, or hex is 5 yards, because 5 yards is about 1 move, right? When you're actually running.
So, like in the darkness, trying
Yeah.
to stay stealthy, trying to stay low. I would be like, "All right, guys, let's get over to the edge here, so we can get and kind of like make our way over there."
I'm waiting for Bull to ask Matt to make a stealth roll.
I don't see that on here.
Nope.
So
I'm not gonna ask for stealth rolls yet. So you feel like you're there. So there's a drop off here, and then there's the road. So the ruined building is basically it's been burned down. There's like a half roof there, and but you can kind of see right through it. But it's providing you some cover if you wanted to run up in there.
before we do can we take another look around and see if we see any other people?
Nope.
Does anybody remember? Did she say like were there any vehicles involved with them going to the airport, or were
She
they
did
just
not
hoofing
mention
it?
a vehicle, but that's probably something she would have mentioned.
Okay. Just gauging how much time do we have to respond as soon as we're aware of their return.
Yeah, she said that they were walk/running up the road. There were 6 or 7 of them.
So
Where's the gun? The 40 mil.
See the guard shack?
Yes. Oh,
There-
okay, cool.
It is not an inconvenient spot to blow the shit out of the sailboat. Sorry.
Yeah, that was my second question: is what's the range of motion?
Yeah, it's not. You'd have to shoot over that wall. So there's a seawall there, which is above that gun. So
Okay, does that seawall go above the top of the guard shack? Is it higher than that?
it's about level with the top of the guard shack,
Okay.
and it's metal. It's like made out. There's like rocks, and then there's like metal, like cubes that are like on the sea. It's not really a cube; it's more of a trapezoid, but it's basically like holding the rock wall together. It's pretty sturdy.
Also, is that guard shack something that would be manned all the time, or
That's the idea, is that it's manned all the time.
Okay.
Reality in post-apocalyptic Rhode Island is not always the case, but
All right, so it's 9:10. Let's take a 5-minute break.
Okay.
I'll turn my camera off. No, I'll leave it on so you guys can see when I'm back. But okay, take a 5-minute break. We'll be back.
All right.
Tim, you've been playing this entire time with your camera off.
There we go.
Hey Charlie, I think I saw one of your kids go crawling by in the background, like the girl coming out of the well on the ring.
Yes.
Temporary, on all fours, as it were.
So what's everybody drinking tonight?
Oh, there she is. Hi.
Hey, Maris. Go on. Hold on a second.
That would be all right.
So has anybody started watching the new season of The Boys?
Never watched the first season.
We watched the first like 2 episodes of the first season. We
Oh,
never
it's so good.
Well, I do
So-
what?
Hello.
Yeah, you gotta get your teeth brushed first. And why are you still on the tablet?
Practice.
Yeah, he's practicing the tablet.
Alexa,
So I have this resin. It's actually pretty good.
Nice. I am drinking. It's from Stone. It's Wizards and Gargoyles Hazy Coffee IPA, and it is pretty badass.
Okay. Now I want it.
The design of the can is cool. It's like all like pixelated castles and sunsets and shit.
It's an 8-bit beer.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. Let's see how. So, and we'll follow along for the people on the stream. And if it's probably just like no people or one person.
One purple.
One purple.
How many beers you had, Bull?
Actually, like 1/3, maybe a quarter. All right. So there's the boat.
Okay, I would say not seeing any people walking around, any guys from the boat that nobody out. I would say we probably would want to make a like a low crouching dash for the ruined building.
Yep, sounds good.
I'd like to get to the ruined building, reassess, look around, and maybe get to the wall, do it again, and then try to get to, just kind of going from cover to cover as much as we can as we move towards that guard shack, right?
Right.
In case things get chaotic, is our primary goal the guard shack?
Yeah, that's where the weapons locker is. So at least we have something to work with if we encounter anybody or run into a firefight.
Sounds good.
So how do you want us to do this, Charlie?
Just move your tokens a good 20 or 30 yards to however far you want to move them to. Just go ahead and chuck them in the ruined building. So the building, you can go inside of it. They're like it's burned out, and kind of dilapidated, but it hasn't fallen over yet. So you can actually just like go in from either side, but there's enough like stuff inside of the building that you can like totally sneak through the building from one side to the other, remaining in cover and checking out the boat. I'm gonna move. Is Boomhauer staying there? I'm gonna move Lonnie unless Allison is back. I went ahead and moved Lonnie up to the ruined building. It's funny because the Fantasy Grounds makes you like travel really slowly. All right, so there you are. Everybody, make a perception check on the boat again.
Yosh.
I'll roll for Lonnie.
Ew, Mr. Shepherd.
Wow, Dr. Shepard has some great eyes. Yeah. So Shepard, there is definitely somebody on the boat, and they are not paying attention. He's right by the center mast. He looks like he might be armed, but you definitely make out a shape there. And when you sit there and you let your eyes adjust a little bit, you can totally see that they are using a red flashlight to read something. They seem to be just sitting on the boat reading something.
Okay. So we should probably take advantage of this person that's on the ship not paying attention to dash to the wall.
And we said that there's no line of sight between the guard shack and to where their boat is.
That's correct.
Yes, I am in favor of this plan.
Yeah.
So you are going to be kind of in the open, and I keep moving this stream image. You'll be a little bit in the open if you try to go here. So you could either drop back and go the long way around, or be really sneaky. There's
All or nothing. Let's be sneaky.
Yeah, I think that probably trying to get in there the quickest that we can.
I agree.
All right, so here we go. We're going to do this. Let me get the emphasis ready. Okay. Linda, move 5 yards. Your move is 5. Or whatever your move is. Actually, it's 6. So you can move 6 yards.
Is that 6 squares or 2 squares?
So if you Joseph, if you have a move of 6, is that like walking or is that running? I forget.
Your move is your combat time
Yeah, we're in combat time.
move. So it's.
I don't
It's
know if
your-
that's like running or if
Speed, yeah.
it's your run speed. Okay.
Yeah, if you move in a straight line for 2 turns, you get 1 additional hex on the second and subsequent turns.
So if you're trying to move really slow, like you could crouch, right, or even crawl. Like you could crawl.
Yeah, crawling.
But you said that each one of these hexes
Is
a yard.
Yep.
So I can move 6 hexes.
Yeah.
Yes, but that would be like you were running.
Well,
It's-
that's what it says. My basic speed is 6.
It's not D&D. Like you don't double if you're running. You are running. If you move 6, you are running. So actually, this will take forever. Let's just go ahead.
I was just gonna say this is gonna be a fucking long ass turn.
Yeah, if you're running but you're crouched, would that be like speed sneaking?
Your speed. If you're trying to duck walk, it's like a third of your basic move.
But really fast.
Right. So let's just go ahead and make everybody make a stealth roll. If you don't have stealth, then you're gonna roll a default.
It's Dex or IQ, I think, is the default.
Pretty sure it's Dex -5.
It's either one, if I remember right.
Sorry, I rolled that twice.
Well, we'll
I'll
take the first one.
though.
We'll take the first one if you roll twice.
Is stealth in abilities if you have it?
Yes.
Okay, I do not have it. So what do I need to roll?
Dex -5. So you
Yeah,
can either...
it defaults to IQ or Dex 5, so your highest of
Holy
IQ or Dex.
smokes! All right.
Yes.
So I want -5 on Mop.
Linda's a live little minx.
And let's see here. We'll do. Heather's character. does not have, so
Of course, Big Old Dangle is the only one that sneaks.
She used to be in acrobatics in high school. I'll tell you what, my mom had me in that stuff since I was in kindergarten. I'm pretty damn light and spryly.
it's okay. Lonnie did worse somehow. Cool. So I get a +5 to my roll.
Lo actually had the skill and failed it.
This is no. Low made it. He clicked
The
twice.
first roll. I looked at the second roll. Right.
Oh no, that's the other way. 9. Yeah, it doesn't understand that I wanted to make a skill roll. Okay, so all right, we're gonna go. Put you here. Put you here. Put you here. Put you here.
That mead feels like it has a cumulative effect. Holy shit. I suppose that's kind of the way alcohol works, but
All right, so on the boat, there's now a dude. And that dude is going to shoot speed. Looking up the thing here. Yeah.
yeah.
How far away are you from old whoever's in the middle there? Deidre. Deidre's getting shot at. And I'm looking for the range tool. There used to be one here. I don't like clicking on things all the time. Like, why are you moving? There it is. 42 yards, a good half football field away. That gives us a -7 to our roll. Which will be a +7 because everything is backwards and I don't have you on there. So you got shot at and missed.
Yay.
It's Linda's turn.
Do I gotta roll same thing again?
No, now you've been discovered, so you might as well run or get in position.
So I'm just gonna run up to Deirdre and grab her hand and tell her that she needs to move her ass.
Okay. Lonnie's turn. Lonnie is, where the hell are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lonnie is running. Actually, it's low.
Yeah, I think we're all just gonna run. So
Okay.
Yep, I have a move of 5, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Christian.
he's going to keep. Christian is going to run and keep running and trying to get closer to the wall.
All done? Yeah, so each combat round is only a second. So if you're just running, you're just running. If you want to do something other than run, you got to just tell me what it is, and I'll let you know what's involved. But basically, it's pretty detailed. Like if you want to drop to the ground, that's a maneuver. If you aim, that's a maneuver, which is what the guy is going to do right now.
No, I'm gonna keep trying to make it to cover,
right.
the cover of the wall.
So you already moved your guy? I wasn't.
No, I have not moved yet.
Go ahead and move.
Do I need to move the 5 hexes?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's 5.
Close enough.
I think I measured that right.
All right, he is taking an aim. Linda.
I'm basically following Deirdre.
Okay.
So every time she moves, I'm just moving up to her.
Lonnie is gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Low.
Okay.
You already did it?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I was looking up aim. He's aiming. Deirdre.
Yeah, I guess we just running. So, man, I'm trying to decide if I keep going horizontal, my range will stay up because I can't break line of sight.
It's not going to matter until you break 20 yards close to him.
Oh, okay, cool. Then 2, 3, 4, 5.
Christian.
Okay, nothing different. 5 more running yards.
Do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I make it to cover?
Yes.
How does going prone work?
You just go prone. That's a maneuver. It's change. It's change position.
2 seconds to get up.
All right, so it looks like he's gonna miss his window if he keeps waiting. So he's gonna shoot at Deirdre before he loses track of Deirdre. He's now 36 yards away. 36 yards away, which gives him a -8 plus 5, 6 for the aims. No, he aimed last round, so he only has +5, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. His skill is from something. 12. His skill is 12. 11, 10, 9. Skill is 9.
Plus, it's nighttime and he's dazzled by my beauty.
All right, so his effective skill is 8. God damn
Your
it!
your ginger hair is throwing him off.
It was gonna be a 9, but I let myself get talked into an 8. So there you go. So he just misses.
Felt that one go by.
Yeah, it was too close.
If we had vocal cords, we'd be swearing.
All right, somebody comes up from below decks. That'll put him back.
No shit.
Back here. Linda.
I'm catching up with Deirdre.
Okay.
I feel like I lost the combat map somewhere.
I can share it.
Yeah, if you don't mind. Or I've hidden it or something. Hold on. Yeah, I've got the big map.
All right, so Linda moved. Lonnie, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lonnie's running low.
Okay, I'm gonna run to that corner. I want to make sure, like, be as much ducked around that corner, but I'm gonna like try to get up against that wall because that's gonna
Sure
be
thing.
5. So there.
Yep, that's great. Perfect.
Okay, there we go. Got it.
Deirdre.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
You have to go through Christian if you want to get me, you fuck.
It's Christian.
I mean,
Christian can move now.
Before I move, can I see the guard shack from where I'm standing?
Yes.
I'd like to take another look over there and make sure that there is nobody waiting for us.
That's what you're doing then. You are considering.
Is consideration a roll?
You're spending a second to look at it. No, you're just checking it out.
Okay, do I see anything?
It is dark.
Is it normally dark?
No. Normally there's somebody there. There's nobody there and the lights are out.
Okay, I'm going to continue making my way to the guard shack following the wall. Is there a shadow?
Your pause there. Hold on. Your pause there to check out what was going on was your chance. Was your move. Like, because the time is only a second, so what happened was you ran up to the end and you took a second to take a look at what was going on there.
Cool.
And that's the information I gave you. So it's all right. I mean, like, I just got to keep it moving because GURPS combat can be very, very slow.
Totally.
All right, so this guy is the boat does not look like it, but it's totally tied up, and so he's gonna get off the boat. 2, 3, 4, 5. He's in the water. No. We'll put him at the edge of the boat. That's it. He's moving. This guy is going to. What is he gonna do? 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put him at the edge. Put him on the boat. Off the boat. He's on the dock. Linda's turn. They appear to be running after y'all.
Sorry, I keep forgetting to push my thing. So I think I can get right in front of the good doctor. So if I'm around to that side, because I've got 6, so I think 1. Oh, is it? Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I squeeze between Linda and the doctor, or do I have to go through them?
If it's no, you can't. They block you.
Okay. So
Oh
I
no
have to go
no
around.
no no no! You can go through there. Sorry,
2, 3.
because everybody's moving anyway.
I believe with my 6, I can get all the way up over there.
Sure.
So I'm gonna get up there and hang out.
2, 3, 4, 5. Lonnie gets next to Low, and he has his pistol out. And it's Low's turn.
Oh, it is. Okay, so how exposed is this corner, I guess, is what I'm going to ask.
You're fine. There are like some rocks and crap there. The squared end of that is where the metal thing is to stop, so you can actually like crouch if you want, and I assumed that that's what you did since that's free. You got down there, and so you're crouched, and so you can see. If you want to take a peek, you can. That's you can do that in a second. That'll just tell you where everybody is right now.
What I want to know is if how much I have to be exposed to aim down that area.
So you can have what is it? Where's my cover? At? Oh my gosh, GURPS, I love you. I forgot the cover rules. I'm sure you remember though.
I mean, depending on the amount of cover, obviously, whatever part of the body is exposed, it can be shot at. And so
Right.
I've always just treated it as basically they're at a modifier for hitting that location.
Right. Okay.
So if I just stick my head out, then,
Sure.
you know,
Well, you can
gonna,
you can be against the wall and kind of like you can look around and actually like pull the pistol out so you could have basically your head and arm exposed. If you want to start taking aim at them, we'll let you do that inside that second.
yeah.
As long as you pick a dude.
Yeah, I'm going to pick the closest dude, I guess.
Okay, so the one that's on the dock.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I don't know how targeting works, but that's how it goes. So you're taking the aim maneuver. I'll have to remember. You can remember that for me, I'm sure. So Deirdre.
Yeah, we're gonna haul ass for the guard shack with the guns, so I can shoot back at them and make holes with them.
Do it to it. Lo and Lonnie are totally gonna take these guys out.
Dunzo.
Or they're gonna die. I don't know. It's GURPS. Anything can happen. Christian.
Running. That's it.
All right, so we got this dude is gonna get off the boat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's running. This guy is running. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's running up to the side of the jetty. I think that you're Lo is gonna like keep aiming, so you keep exposing yourself to him, but you're still aiming as he gets close to the rocks there.
Stop exposing yourself to him.
I'm fine with it.
So it's only been 4 seconds since the beginning of combat. That's how fast this goes. I mean it's like bullet time, right? GURPS combat is bullet time. All right, so Linda.
I moved.
Linda moved. Lonnie is going to step and he's going to take a shot all the way out here. Maybe he'll get lucky. Maybe he should have saved his ammo.
What's Lonnie got?
A 9mm.
Okay.
At 28 yards, he's never going to hit. I think he has a 9mm. Let me check him out. Oh, it's not even on here. He's got a 9mm. Alright, well, good luck, dude. I mean, eventually I'll find the skill page. .28 yards, so inside of there. Never hit. He'll never hit. Nope.
Could always crit, you know.
Yeah, it could always crit. It's better than nothing. Lowe's turn. So you took an aim. You want to keep aiming?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and aim for a second round.
All right. So that gives you accuracy +1, right?
Yep.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure because it's been a while. Deirdre. Also, as you wait, he's getting closer. What was that? The boat? That was the foghorn, everybody. The Block Island foghorn. Dirt. Am I muted?
I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, Deirdre is mute. That's why.
I made the vroom vroom noise.
Oh, you just moved. Okay. It's Christian's turn. Still running? And he's running. I was running. All right, this dude is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This dude is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll update the ranges. So that's kind of handy. The rod keeps me from having to add all the hexes up. Linda, 5 seconds have passed. This is the 5th second. Running to the guard shack.
Yep.
Lonnie is going to start aiming because he got excited by the last one. He's going to aim at the same guy that Lowe is aiming at. Lowe.
Now, do I want to take one more round or fire? I think I'll take one more.
Every one helps, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna take it another aim.
All right. Deirdre. Okay. Christian. So the door to that guard shack is like right in the center of it. This guy. And then this guy.
How tall is the wall between us and them?
Like over the top of you guys. So it's a good 8
So
or 9
6
feet.
feet?
8 or 9 feet tall from
It's the
where
same
you are.
height as the guard shack.
2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Alright, I'm going to see if he notices that he's getting aimed at. Well, he knows that somebody's behind there, so that's alright. He's closing range. It's Linda's turn.
And we're done.
Lonnie's turn. Lonnie has taken some aim, and he's going to go ahead and fire again. The range gives him
If it's on the inside of 20, it's at -6.
a minus
From
6
15
plus-
to 20.
minus 6 plus 3 plus 2 minus 4 minus 5 because dark.
How far can you jump?
That's a good question. I think you have to jumping skill. I don't know. I have to look it up, but there is a thing for it.
I have this
Oh, you missed
inclination of getting up on top of the wall and dropping on somebody with a steel warhammer. And I can either climb the wall or I can climb the guard shack and jump across that gap up there, which looks to be about 2-ish yards.
6 feet. That's pretty far.
And Google says below average jumping distance is about 7 feet.
Yeah, but it's not really stable. I mean, you could try it, but it looks like it's too far to you.
Okay. What you're saying is I'm not a changeling impersonating a cat person.
Correct. Lowe's turn. I think you've maxed out your aim now.
Yeah, so I forgot about
Bob.
darkness penalty, though. So what's the darkness penalty going to be at?
We're just gonna do +1. It should be way a -1, but it should be way more than that. But so you're at -7 for the environment and distance.
So -7, and I get my. I would guess I'm at +4 for 2 + 2 additional rounds.
So you're
So
-3.
Yeah. All right. I guess I'll take the shot.
Do I even have a hit location table in GURPS Lite?
Success by 2.
All right, you hit him. I don't think that there is a hit location chart in this thing, so just go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Like, I'm just looking at GURPS Lite, because that's what I told everybody I was going to use. And I don't see a hit location chart.
Yeah, I don't think it uses it.
All right, so that's all of it. That's all of his health. No, he's got 1 left. So remind me, that means he is.
If he took over half his health, he needs to make an immediate hit roll to avoid knockdown and stunned.
Gotcha. He made it. There's no negatives to it, though. Do I have to, like, negative whatever you hit him for?
No,
Okay.
but so he took the shot. He's at his shock penalty, and he's also at half move and dodge for being below. If he's below 2/3.
Oh yeah, I didn't make an active defense roll, but whatever, it's fine.
Oh yeah.
All right, so you're fucked up, dude. All right. So you hit him right in the stomach. Deirdre.
Next time Linda's giving me a fucking piggyback ride.
Christian.
I'm like.
All right, so this guy. He drops prone.
Which one?
The one that was running up to you, the one behind. The other guy also drops prone. Linda.
I suppose I should ask, what the hell side is the guard shack door on?
It's right in the middle of the front. So if you want to.
And the front is.
Sorry.
Who is messing with my token? Who moved my token?
That was me.
Why?
By the way, I forgot, and I just want to mention this now because it's been a while since I played as well. So I just squeezed off 1 shot. But the rate of fire is 3 on this. Yeah. And if you remember, the way rate of fire works is for every multiple of your recoil, an additional bullet hits that you succeed by.
Okay.
Just FYI.
So where's your recoil in that? I don't see that on
But
the GURPS
I only
tables.
squeeze off 1 shot. Recoil is 2 on a 9mm, auto 9mm. So success by 0 is 1 shot, success by 2 will hit, and if you fired all 3, success by 4 all 3 would hit.
And you hit by 2?
But again, I only said I shot once, so I figure that's fine.
Go ahead, throw the extra dice. It's fine. Put him out of his misery. He's probably gonna bleed out anyway.
No, we'll handle it next round.
All right. So it's still Linda's turn. I moved Linda's token. Sorry, Joe.
Okay, so what the hell's the D in front of me?
That's the door.
Giggity.
Oh, when you said front, I thought it was facing the other direction.
Yeah, sorry. I should have been more clear. I should have put a token out there at the beginning. I was like so focused on the action at the dock that I was really just not paying attention to y'all.
Some Boomhauer
think
setting
I'm
a land
somewhere
speed
around
record.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Joe?
I said I think I'm somewhere around there because I didn't see how far back you moved me.
Okay. I'll move you one more closer. There you go. Since I messed with your token.
Sounds good. I'm basically wherever Deirdre ends up, I'm 6 in front of her.
Let's see. Lonnie was aiming. No, Lonnie had fired, so Lonnie's gonna aim again. He's also he's gonna drop prone and kind of like get ready doing the same thing. You're both like shooting at each other, like yeah. Well, not Low. Low is hiding behind the rock wall there, and it's Low's turn again. Low's turn again.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out if there's a way to add dice plus a modifier to the hot bar, but I don't see a way to. You can seem to add one or the other. I can't seem to add both. But so I am going to. I think I'm going to aim at if the other guy. Oh, wait, did he move forward or did he just?
He's
drop?
prone now.
Okay. I'm going to aim at the close guy. The
Okay.
same guy shot.
Okay, you're aiming. Deirdre. Christian. Mr. Raider guy, he's crawling. Other Raider guy. Crawling. Linda.
Made it to the door! Not inside yet, but made it to the door!
We win. The end.
Okay. How many? Yeah, you used a whole move. Okay, Lonnie. Lonnie was aiming. He's gonna take another aim. Low.
Yeah, I'm going to aim.
All right, so that's 1 for you, 2 for Lonnie. Deirdre.
And we shift.
Kristen. Raider guy. No, I got the initiative messed up. Anyway, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Oh, we are going to switch this, though. Okay. He's crawling. The other guy's crawling. 9 seconds have gone by. There you are. You're at the door. You can take a something action. Whatever. It's a ready action.
I assume I'm gonna have to spend my turn opening the door.
You're going to try to open the door. It's locked.
Yep.
So you still have a couple of things that you could do, I guess. Like you've tried the door and it's locked. You can continue. That was like a free action to determine that it was locked. So now what are you going to do?
Is the roof flat? And how far up is the roof?
The roof is about 10 feet to get up there, so you would have to move some stuff around. There's some barrels and crap around. You could try to get up there. However, there are windows. You could, on either side, you could just move a couple of yards to either side and look at a window or try to bust a window if you want to jump in.
I'm going to assume that if it's a guard shack, the windows are reinforced. Would I know that?
You don't remember seeing any reinforcement on the windows.
Okay, then I will try a window.
All right, just move 2 yards to either side.
I just moved your door. Okay.
All right, cool. So that's your move. There's a window there. You can smash it next round. Lonnie is going to take another turn. That will be 3 turns of aiming for him. Low.
Yeah, I'll aim.
Low is aiming for 2. Deirdre.
1, 2, 3, 4. What can I do with 1/5 of a turn?
Nothing.
Neat. I guess that's me then.
Christian. No, 2 yards to the right of the door. You already saw that Linda couldn't get in through the window, but there's another window on the other side if you wanted to move up to that. But you've moved to there, so now it's Raider's turn. He is crawling.
What's the construction of the door? Wooden door, metal door?
It looks like your garden variety door, like wood door.
Neat.
He's getting closer. Linda.
I'm going to try and break the window.
Okay, you smash the window.
I do smash the window?
Yes.
I don't have to roll something?
No.
Okay. Nice turn then.
That took your turn. Lonnie is going to shoot. Let's give him. He's going to shoot at the guy that got shot already. That's 14. So we are under the 15 yards. So that's
-5.
-5 plus 2, 3, 4 for aiming. So that's -1, but -2 for the dark. -2. We're going to fire off some rounds. We're going to go to my full rate of fire then because I forgot that you can do that. Success by 1, that's 1 hit. That should take care of him, right?
It's 2D plus 2 piercing. Hold on.
Yeah, that finished him off. So he's at under -1 hit points. So that probably let's just kill him off. We'll worry about it later. I need to get really familiar with the rules so I just know what to do. Anyway, it's Lowe's turn.
Well, if that guy drops,
He did. He's like, I got him. Lonnie's like, I got him.
Then I guess I'm gonna start aiming at the other guy.
Yep. Sorry about that. Deirdre.
This door. We've all worked guard duty before. Is it like locked by key, locked by key code, locked by incantation?
It's locked by key.
Okay. Warhammer plus door. Wait. Yes.
Roll damage.
How do I do that?
What's your Warhammer? Do you have any information on the Warhammers? It's like strength plus something or other. I'm gonna look it up real fast. What's your?
Not on my character sheet. My strength is 12. GCS says usage swung level 8, damage 1d plus 5 imp.
Impaling for a. That doesn't make any sense.
Impact?
No. So what's your swing damage? What's your strength? Start with
13, 14. Let me look.
Your strength is 14.
12.
Holy shit! You're a strong.
12.
You're a strong woman.
She's a blacksmith, but it's a 12.
Power of the ginger.
Yeah.
I think I wanted her to be really strong, and then all of the smithing skills were more dex based than strength.
All right. So your swing is at 12. It's 1d plus 2, plus 3. So it's 1d2 2D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like 2D plus 1. So 2D plus 1 roll damage. All right. So you fucked up the door, but it's not caved in yet.
Rude.
Sorry,
I'm offended.
Christian. The doctor's just standing there like, are we gonna get in here or what?
I'm gonna. So the door, he hit the door, didn't move, but Linda has the window broken.
Linda has the window broken. Yes, Linda has
All right,
just smashed the window.
I'm gonna move over to Linda then, since she's had the success.
Okay. You can be on either side of her if you want. There you go. All right, you're in bad shape, and you are still. He's gonna start aiming at the corner there, and so that's where we'll stop. And we'll pick this up next week. I swear to God, I will read the rules. I will read the interest. I know some of the rules, but it's all coming back to me. Yeah. All right. So, what do you guys think of the combat system? It's
fine. I got to figure out how to get the giant hammer that I thought I had, as opposed to this one-handed dinky shit. But
right.
Combat's fine.
Yeah, I need to get all your data in here. It will be better when I get all the stuff in here.
Well, I mean, I'm the one that entered Warhammer, assuming it was a two-handed Warhammer, and it isn't.
Okay, well, it can be a two-handed Warhammer. We could have the damage, we'll fix it.
There just wasn't one in, like, the basic item set, so I've got to do a little bit of looking around in the item lists and find the appropriate analog.
Right on.
Should be a two-handed, under two-handed axe mace, a Warhammer that just...
I was not looking for the right skill. That's what it was. I was looking at axe mace, not two-handed axe mace. Which is not in GURPS Lite, because I'm using GURPS Lite because I'm lazy. I should have just got the
basic equipment set has a great axe,
so Joe, what
and
do you
a
think
mace or a small mace. But
Matt, what do you think of the combat system so far?
Best running simulator ever.
Getting used to it, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah, it's because I know in Dungeons and Dragons, right? Like it kind of like mushes everything into like a 6-second. Like I'm gonna do all this stuff.
I think next week you should do a primer for us on what are the things that I could reasonably do in combat.
Yes. I need to actually figure out how to get the actions tab working on this, so that you can just have a list of the things that you can do. But yeah, a primer on everything that you can do, maybe even just a cheat sheet so you can have it open in Fantasy Grounds so that you can see what you can do. I know that I had made cards before, and there is a cheat sheet in the shared drive that shows you every action that you can do during combat. Actually, I think there's 2 different cheat sheets in our shared drive. One of them is one that I wrote, and the other one is one that somebody else wrote. And I think it has all of the modifiers and everything for it. And also if you're running, there's a minus to hit you because you're moving at 5 yards, and I didn't add that stuff in there. It's really I have to get the hang of all the modifiers because it's weird because Joseph mentioned, the probability is on a bell curve, so you can very rapidly, you have to keep track of the modifiers because you want to make sure that you're in the right spot in the bell curve, otherwise there's no point in trying. Unless you just don't know that you can't do it and roll a 6 as you thread the needle with the boat. But it's just the way it is. And it's just up to me to remember all of the modifiers that go in there. So I try to do a good job, but you'll never remember everything. But yeah, it's very much. Before we played this with Star Trek, and there was a combat that was just basically the combat took the whole session. It was a 4-hour session, and the combat took the entire session. But that was just because I was not do this, do this, do this. You don't have time to do that. You're gonna have to pick that up the next round. Because really, everything is going off at bullet time, so you only have you're only deciding a 1-second chunk of your character's time, so it can't be you can ask questions like when it's not your turn if somebody else is, but like we did good. I think we burned through 11 rounds of combat in about 40 minutes, so that was not too bad. Like one guy's already down.
If I was a rules lawyer, I would love this game.
Yeah, it is very much a
Way
simulation.
too in the weeds for me, man. So I'm leaving it up to you guys to know what the hell's going on.
Right on. Yeah, it is a simulation.
That's why I play D&D. I like stupid games that I don't have to think about because I have to think a lot at work.
That's fair. Yeah, if I had, I don't know, it is probably the thing I like least about this game system is that combat can take a long time, but really it only takes a long time if everyone is new or if you don't remember the rules, which is what's happening here. But I still think that considering how well that went off, that we did a good job, and Joseph's an expert in the game, so
I'm having flashbacks of running across a field and being shot with longbows.
Right, so like that half hour was really just 10 seconds of time. So it was like, if you just think about it as like bullet time and like everything's going off and the adrenaline's pumping, then it doesn't seem so bad. But like you have to like be always thinking about what you're actually like your plan is and not reacting so much to what's going on, because what everyone else is doing is going to take some time to play out anyway. And of course, it's deadly because he just.
I'm just thinking it took 30 minutes to run around a pier and get to a building.
Yeah, but the other guys got some shots off because they were already armed. So yeah.
I can.
It's just me. I mean, I have the things that I like. So,
and as soon as the combat ends, we go back to not combat time, and you just like rummage through stuff, just like any other role playing game.
One thing, as just a general tip or whatever, I thought this went pretty well. One of the things I started doing the last few years is in situations where I know there's like a lot of movement and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this is going to take a while, especially with range. I won't even enter combat time. I'll just sit there and eyeball it and say, okay, it's going to take about 3-4 turns for y'all to make it to cover, and they're going to be shooting at you. If everybody's fine with it, I'm just going to roll some dice and see if they get any hits on you, and then we're all at cover, and just kind of skip past, I think, just because, I had a scenario go very poorly where essentially it was kind of like this, where the group split. And part of the group wanted to do things that are pretty much considered long tasks, like, oh, we want to pick a lock. Okay, well, picking a lock takes several minutes.
Right. You're just like done for this combat if you're picking a lock during the
Well, that's what I told him. I'm like, so you either say that's what you're doing, and I'm just taking you out of the combat turn, and we'll get back to you when this is resolved, or you're going to realize that you need to run back the other way and help those guys out.
Right.
Yeah, and we do the same thing in Dungeons and Dragons. If you have like a combat where you have 6 players and like, say another 6 NPCs that you're fighting, like your combat can take 4 hours just to resolve that unless you start doing fighting in groups. So I can see where stuff like that would have a place in this game. Like I get just some of the stuff that like we're running from the one place to the other place. It's like, well, really we could have been like, okay, this is what we're doing. The dude's going to take 2 pot shots at whoever's running past, make your checks, and then, just kind of move on. Like if it's not advancing my thing is if it's not advancing the storyline, then I'm like, run. Okay. Run. Okay. Run. Okay. I'm like, fuck, how much running am I doing?
Well, you've just been running the
I'm
entire...
getting tired and I'm sitting in a chair, goddammit.
Right. Sorry. Yeah, well, all the action is happening on the pier. I know when I was a kid and I ran this game, like, we never did tactical combat because really there was no room to do it anyway. Like, it was all and the same thing with Dungeons and Dragons. Like, we never had miniatures or anything. It was just all theater of the mind. So it was just like, you're hiding behind some rocks here, and it's like, you're 10 yards away or whatever, and then you know. So, I mean, if this gets tedious, we can play it like that. I'll probably pick up the speed a little bit. You know, it would be like Joseph said. It'd be like, yeah, the thing's like 30 yards. Like I could even use a map and be like, yeah, it's like 30 yards away. You're going to be like doing that for 10 minutes, so that's what you're doing, and then we can just skip you, and then like you finally arrived when your turn comes up. So that probably would have gone a lot quicker. I was also, as I was making these stupid ass maps, I was like thinking about Star Trek Adventures. Like they have like a zone system. Like you could just say like I'm in this zone and this zone and this zone. If you're in this zone, you could just like be in melee. So, but GURPS doesn't really work well with that. So I don't know. Like if it becomes a drag, we can switch to a different system, even though it's my favorite one. But
I've seen people do zone systems in GURPS, but it's so drastic because it goes 0 to -4 to -8, like they did increments of -4, and so like it got
yeah,
you almost
it's
want
different.
to be in extreme close range, but then that
Right.
means they are too, and they're going to be shooting back.
Yeah, I mean, basically, you could have just skipped me. I could have been like, hey, I'm running for this building unless something stops me. And then if they're paying attention to shooting Deirdre or wherever, it's like, just ignore me until everybody catches up or I get to the building.
Yeah, and that's effectively what you were doing. It's just I waited until I got to you before you moved your token. So even though you were doing the same thing, it was like you could have reacted if something happened, but nothing did happen that would have affected your run to the building. So
yeah, because I mean, even realistically, all I'm doing is running like hell and hearing gunfire behind me. I don't know what's going on behind me unless Deirdre is getting hit, and I might be a little concerned. But anybody else, I'm probably just fucking running.
Right. You know, we'll keep going with it.
Yeah, I mean that's just my 2 cents. I'll keep playing. I'm not saying I quit or whatever, but yeah, it's because I'm so used to other game systems. This is very in the weeds.
Well, yeah, at least you're like it is a big paradigm shift from Dungeons and Dragons. So
and vampire and werewolf and
I want to point out I played. So I ran with a group of people before it even released. Because some of the people were working for TSR at the time, I ran, I was a player in a group that did Lost Mines of Phandelver, I think it's called, which is the
Joe ran that for us. It was fun. Some of it.
So we played that, and then I played in it, and then years later, I actually converted it to GURPS and ran a GURPS Dungeon Fantasy version of the Lost Mines of Phandelver.
Was it good?
But what I found really interesting was that even though the players made different choices and things played out a little differently, particularly the combat scenarios played very similarly, except for what your expectations were. And what I mean by that is like in GURPS, you miss or they block, they defend, because every characters have active defense. They can choose to dodge or parry or block. So there's a lot of times you successfully attack, but it doesn't do any damage. But then when you do actually land a blow, it doesn't take but 1 or 2 to completely annihilate anyone. So what was interesting is combats played the same, except, and it really pointed out the differences between the 2 systems. In D&D, you're chipping away at hit points, and then the creature dies. Whereas in GURPS, you're maneuvering around. You're looking for tactical advantage, but once you land a blow, the creature dies. So it actually played out like it's hard to convey exactly, but in play, it was just striking how much I was like, this is exactly how it went down. Except the difference was instead of chipping away at hit points, it took, there were several like swings and blocks trading, sword blows, but but nothing connecting until one good connection and the creature goes down. And so I always found that like a really interesting, like the fact that the mechanics of them are so very different, but the results were the same.
But But that's because the mechanics that you're talking about are basically what you do in the storytelling. So instead of being an active, like I'm rolling something and I hit and kill them, it's I roll something and I hit and it's a low damage. So that's when I, as a storyteller, it's my job to say, oh, they deflected part of the blow. They managed to get their arm up and get in the way, and you only chipped their elbow or whatever. So it is the same thing. It's just you're, instead of getting into the, block parry and trying to do an action and a counter action, you're basically doing an action, and depending on the severity of the hit or the severity of that action, the counter action is whatever you as the DM say. So it's like, oh, okay, well, I hit him, but then I only did 2 points of damage. It's like, well, yeah, you hit him, but as you hit him, maybe you slipped and you glanced off of his armor and just like barely nicked him or whatever. So it's kind of the same thing. So it could be tedious and just like you're chipping away at them, but it really depends on how you're narrating the story as far as it's going.
Right, you have a lot more narrative flexibility with interpreting what is going on in Dungeons and Dragons.
And I can fudge the rules a lot more in D&D. So if a fight is going away that I don't, if a fight is going away that I don't necessarily want it to go because it's going to screw up the rest of the storyline or because of something else that's going on, just as the DM, I can kind of fudge the numbers a little bit on my end through the narrative storytelling. Whereas with GURPS, it kind of seems a little more like, oh no, when stuff happens, it just happens. Like that's just how it happens. There's not really a whole lot of wiggle room as far as being able to like dance around things happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would disagree with that bit, just because, like, to me, that's more of a GM style. Like, there is a lot of, it does lend itself very into a simulationist type play, just because there's a rule for everything.
Yeah.
But that's what I always tell people when they're asking for advice, like new GMs asking advice on GURPS. I'm like, the hardest thing to learn is to ignore the rules. Because you see a rule, people tend to think if they see a rule in print, then that means it's meant to be used. And I'm like, there's GURPS has a rule for everything. Why would you want to use them all? You would go mad.
Well, the way I look at it too is even if I screw up a rule or if I change a rule in Dungeons and Dragons, that is now that rule in my campaign.
Yes.
So, I mean, there's a lot of people that are like rules lawyering that I've got two that are in my campaign right now. One's not as bad as the other one. And funny enough, the one that's not as bad is an actual lawyer. But the one that is like, oh, well, I think we need to go back and da-da-da. I'm like, no. That's just how it works in this campaign. I'm like, just forget the book. I'm like, that's just how it works.
This is your life now.
Well, actually, I read somebody posting the other day. They were talking about like when they're running GURPS, and because everything in GURPS is all about the modifiers, right? Like, so we have penalties for the lighting condition, for bad footing, for the distance you're firing, and all this stuff. But I know some people they just hand wave all the specifics and they just say, that seems like a -4, and they just give them a -4. And then the rule lawyers will be like, wait, what are all the modifiers that are adding up to -4? And so some guy had the best reply. He's like, additional contributing factors. And that's it. Additional contributing factors.
Yeah, I'm really tempted to go that way myself because it's a lot easier to just be like, it's -4 or -3, but then
it's
that
just
lends
like
itself
my job
to like
and other jobs as assigned.
Right. I do it all. Yeah, I might actually. We'll see how it goes. If the tactical thing sucks too hard, then we'll start doing the. We'll do theater of the mind, and I'll just make modifiers as I go, and I'll probably actually still have maps for distances and stuff, so I can at least like be honest with you guys, so that like Joe and Matt like we're taking off for the building, and I'll be like, yeah, okay, that's gonna like take you 10 seconds to get there, so you'll be doing that for 10 seconds unless you say otherwise, and then we'll do shooting, and then it'll be like, yeah, they're crawling down the thing, and now it's -4, -3, -2 to hit.
Daddy's friends.
Hi, buddy.
Did they notice me?
Yes, they noticed you.
I finally got noticed.
Aw. I always notice you.
He feels recognized, Dad. Tell him we see him. We see him.
They see you.
Witness me.
They have witnessed you. in all your fierceness. Mm-hmm.
We witness you. We will see you in the halls of Valhalla.
Come on over here. All right. I love you.
And the giant mech cats are the alpha mech.
The alpha mech. Ooh, mechs.
Uh-huh.
What mechs?
I made up a rabid version of Robotech.
Rabid Robotech.
Mm-hmm. Remember the rabbits?
I remember the rabbits. Yes, the bunny aliens.
Uh-huh.
With big eyes.
And ears.
Mm-hmm.
And they're white.
Yes.
They made giant mechs, and they're shooting each other with fireballs and machine guns that shoot out the silver parts of bike chains.
That's cool. You know, there's rules for that in GURPS.
No.
Yeah.
You can make rules for.
There's rules for everything.
Alpha mech has a disguised
Yep.
weapon case
I'm gonna-
on its foot, and it opens up, and the rabbit pulls out a supercharged fireball shooter that extends to form a giant supercharged fireball shooter, the perfect size for the mech to handle, and then it shoots the rabid battle pods.
Are they rabid battle? Are they pods with rabbits in them?
Yes, but the rabbits have emergency eject systems. If the mech senses it's going to get destroyed,
Well, that's helpful. Yes.
they're totally fail-proof because the rabbits actually put a lot of effort into the mechs.
Okay. I'm gonna
They actually made blueprints.
I'm gonna wrap this game up. Okay, buddy.
Okay.
All right. I love you. All right. Well, that's all I got. All right. Thanks for.
His game sounds fun.
Yeah, I know. Right?
We should definitely have battle rabbits.
All right. Well, I'll read in. I'm gonna actually try to get some more stuff in Fantasy Grounds, but yeah, I think maybe I felt like it was taking too long for the combat, and I know everybody else is running, and that's why I was kind of worried about it. But yeah, we'll sort it out.
Yeah, you're good, man. Thank you, Charlie, for running this.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Yep. Good night.
Have a good one. Bye.